Kitty Katzamil of the Dollface Dames.
And I am Mona Bella.
And we are here with
JoJo Stiletto, the professor of Nerdlesque.
And also the mayor of Seattle Burlesque. What? Look at her lovely sash. So I guess we should talk to you about creating or crafting the perfect Geeklesque / Nerdlesque performance.
Oh my, well, let me think about that. I think it's like all of burlesque, what you should start with and think about is something that inspires you, the things that you love. And so I like to think that the best Nerdlesque actually is, it comes from the heart, right? Like you love Wonder Woman so much that you can't help but share that with the audience. Or you love an obscure reference from a D&D game and you want to incorporate that into your artwork. So I always say, like, start with what you love. Do a little research, do a little inspiration, you start to work it out, you find the perfect song, the perfect costume, you find the best way to engage with your audience, and you just tell a really simple, magical story.
Why do you think Geeklesque, Nerdlesque has been so popular? It's grown so much in the last maybe 5 to 10 years.
It's definitely exploded, especially in the United States, and it's starting to kind of take off in places like Australia and New Zealand. And really it has a lot to do with the mainstreaming of geek culture, which I could talk endlessly about, how things that used to be sort of like this sort of secret, hidden, like geeky fandoms, now everybody celebrates. Comic-Con is huge. Big Bang Theory is a TV show that everyone watches, so like geek is chic. Coupled with this idea that now people who are coming into burlesque don't just have the like classic picture of Gypsy Rose Lee or Sally Rand in their mind. They have pictures of people like Indigo Blue and Jill Boots, who have all built their whole repertoire of burlesque off of classic and pop culture. And so the people who are coming into it now are like excited about, like, okay, what do I think is sexy? I think Agent Scully from the X-Files is super sexy. So that is my like icon. And so it's not just the like Betty Page pinup anymore. It's all these different expressions of like what is sexy, what is geek, what is fun. It's because of the internet and social media. Like that makes a huge difference. So used to be like, well, Nasty Canasta actually made a Doctor Who act in like 2005, and she used to perform it and she's like, no one would get it. A few people would. She did a Doctor Who act today, right? Even if you like don't really get it, you at least know enough about Doctor Who, right? Because you've seen it, it's on the internet, you've like, everyone can kind of know a little bit about everything, so.
The most important question is to ask Marvel or DC.
I don't have, well, okay, I'm not a Marvel or DC girl. I should actually admit, and I've blogged about this, that I started reading comics as an adult. I am 36 years old. I started reading comics a few years ago.
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, and I think that's like why is Geeklesque big right now? Stuff like that, like it's becoming accessible to lots of people. Not a DC or Marvel girl. I'm maybe, I love, well, I don't know who the publishers are right now off the top of my head, but I love Saga. Rat Queens is amazing. I started reading Rat Queens because it's like every person I hang out with in my life. It's like, you guys need to read Rat Queens because I recommended this to a bunch of strippers and they start reading it and they're like obsessed, like the Shanghai Pearl. So here's what you need to know about Rat Queens. It's a badass group of women who are adventurers, and they drink and cause problems. And they they solve, like, it's amazing. It's like my background of being a roller girl and a stripper. These are my people. You should read it. There's actually, in Seattle, we started a burlesque-based, female-oriented comic book club. What? We had our first meeting.
Only in Seattle.
Yeah, I know.
I want to move to Seattle
just for that.
I know. Our first, we read the first 5 issues of Rat Queens and had a brunch and talked about it, which was awesome.
It's like ladies to lunch for Geeklesque.
Ladies to brunch, and it was amazing and it was charming. We like were tweeting the creators, and they were like, "This stripper book club? How do we get involved?" It's interesting, actually. The creators of Rat Queens worked with a burlesque troupe in New York to actually create a fan-inspired burlesque event. And they came to it and they supported it, which I think is also a part of why Nerdlesque is becoming popular.
Yes.
We think about fan culture and things like fan fiction and fan-generated art, and then through the 90s, sort of the advent of the internet, we pretended like it didn't exist, or we felt like it was infringing on copyright, and so no one really talked about it. And now we have creators embracing fan culture and fan-created art, which is really important. So to have the creators of a comic book actually reach out to a burlesque troupe and say, will you do this? I've seen pictures of you in that costume.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Will you help us make new art out of this? So I'm just sort of over-obsessed, if that's a word. It happens a lot in burlesque. About fan culture and like what happens when we make art based on these like pop culture obsessions.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
That's my thing.
That's your thing. I like that thing.
Thanks for watching, Burly Bitches. Remember to subscribe. I'm Kitty Catamil.
And I am Mona Bella.
And I am JoJo Stiletto.
And we are so glad to have you with us. Stay tuned for more videos from BurlyCon 2014. And we'll see you later.
See you later.
Bye.